We are back again in your faces. Pitchside is always in your faces with exclusive information and exclusive content. A massive thank you to everyone that keeps subscribing on our channel. All you have to do is go to YouTube, search for Pitchside with Peter Tabu, subscribe, and you'll be having all this exclusive information. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest today on Pitchside. This is a gentleman who actually came through the Coca-Cola Schools tournament, won it in 2018 with Bugesera, went on to play for KCCA FC, and is now playing for Bugesera Football Club in the Rwanda Premier Lge. Kato Nemeyimana is my guest today. All right, Kato, thank you very much for joining me on Pitchside.
Thank you.
I just need you to help me do the greetings in Kinyarwanda.
Murakoze mwese abavandimwe abe Kigali abe Bugesera murakoze numwana w'icyu Kato Samuel Nemeyimana.
Briefly explain who Kato Nemeyimana is and how your football journey started.
Well, Kato Samuel Nemeyimana is a player of Bugesera right now currently.
Yep.
And I'm a former player of KCCA FC.
Yes.
I went to Budo Secondary School. That's where I finished my A-level.
Yes.
Well, I also played for Masaza Cup in 2018. That was in Budu.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's me. That's Kato Samuel.
That's you. Where does the passion to start playing football start from?
Well, in my primary, I used to play those small games during the break time, lunch time.
Yes.
Well, that's when I started loving football.
I must say you've really progressed so fast, because from 2018 you said you played for Budu in Masaza, then you also played for Kato.S in the schools, and then in 2019 you come through and play for KCCA FC. You're a product of the Coca-Cola Schools tournament. And this tournament has produced so many talented players that we have in this country over a period of time. What's your take on this tournament?
Yes, of course. First of all, my journey is a blessing. It's just a blessing from God. It has been so quick from high school football, Masaza quick, one season, and then I joined KCCA 2019. We win the Sekafa champions, and then now professional. It's a blessing. Well, of course, I played the Coca-Cola with under the coach Matthias Lule. He was a great coach. He used to see talent, and of course that tournament has produced so many people, so many young boys who are talented, the likes of Julius Poloto, Alan Okelo. We used to play against them. They were in Chibuli, I was in Budo. Well, the tournament has to progress because it has produced a number of talent.
You're also part of the under-17 Cups, who tried to qualify for the under-17 AFCON, if I'm not mistaken. You, Julius Poloto, Andrew Siaji, were playing against Patson Daka, and Enoch Mwepo, I think, as well, who was in that team. Why do you think most of the players, the crop that played the under-17, have not really progressed per se, apart from you, Shaban Mohammed, maybe Julius Poloto as well, who's at KCC? Well,
the federation has to oversee these young boys so that the talent has to be built on that. Well, it has tried to build some structures, like for the under-17 is there, the under-20, like the likes of Musa Ramadan. Now he has gone, he has played in the under-20. Then Aziz Kayonde has played the under-20, he has got the opportunity also to go abroad. Well, FUFA has to continue doing the same thing, and then when the structures are more built, everything will be done. We have the talent. Uganda has talent. Under-17, that was in 2014. We played against Zambia, that was in Lusaka and at Nachivubo. We played against those boys that you have mentioned, the likes of Daka, Patson Daka, who is now in Leicester, and then Mwepu. They have matured in football. I think the Zambian structures have managed to oversee these boys, and that's where they are. If also our federation tries to oversee us, it will be more of a great job. Okay,
in 2019 you made your debut in Kigali, Rwanda for KCCA FC in the Sekafa Kagame Cup. First of all, how was that experience?
Well, I had joined KCCA already in 2018, but because I had to first finish school, and that was the year that I had to first finish my A-level examinations.
Yes.
So they gave me a break, then I went on and finished. When I joined KCCA, I continued training until when I got the opportunity in 2019 to play the Sekafa Kagame Cup in Kigali, Rwanda. My first debut was a match against Azam. Well, I thank God and I thank Coach Michael Mutebi for the opportunity. He believed in me and he gave me a chance, and I used it well.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did it mean for you guys to go on and win the first Sekafa club title for the club since the 70s?
Yeah, it is a great pleasure that we won such a big tournament and a big trophy.
And what actually drove you people to winning it? Because I covered that tournament. I remember watching the game against Green Eagles, which we still talk about until today. KCC won 4-3 in that game.
Yeah, well, we had great coaches. We had a great technical team headed by Hilary Mutebi, the head coach, and then Molebie Kwaso assistant and the others. It was a great technical team because it balanced the team. We had the seniors and then the young players. We had Muzamiru Mutiaba as the senior player, Saddam Juma was also there, and then in the goal we had Lukwago Charles, and then us, Alano Kelo, Poroto, and then I. We were young, then the team was balanced. We could listen from our senior players. That's why we managed to win all those games.
How huge of an impact is Mike Mutebi in your life as Kato?
Well, I would say he's like a father to me. He believed in me and he gave me a chance. I remember on my first debut against Azam, he just came and whispered to me and then he said, I've given you an opportunity, go and use it. Go and make your family proud. They are going to see you playing with that branded jersey of KCCA. And I said, wow. Well, Michael Mutebi is a great man. I would say he's my dad.
Okay.
In football.
That's huge. Many brand him as an arrogant person, someone who doesn't appreciate the effort of players. You who has worked under him, do you think he's actually that kind of person or is a different person?
Well, as me personally, I would say that he's not a bad man, he's not a bad coach, he's a great coach. Because he's a person who doesn't want to see you sleeping. When I say sleeping in football, you can understand, yes, Peter. Yes. You cannot score for him a goal today, and then tomorrow you think he will just keep quiet. So it's just a matter of understanding him and how he works. He doesn't want players who are, today you score 3 goals, tomorrow you score nothing. He wants you to do things today, tomorrow, and forever. He's a coach who wants you to work from today. If you had scored 3 goals like a hat-trick yesterday, yes, score it tomorrow, and then the next day, and then in the future. That's Coach Mutebi. That's why most people say that he's arrogant, but he's not. That's how he is. Yes. He wants you always to work day in, day out. Okay. Yeah.
Let's talk about you leaving KCCA FC. At the time you left, I'm pretty sure you had offers in Uganda, but you decided to join Bugesera in the Rwanda Premier Lge. Before we get to how it has been for you in the league, why did you choose Rwanda over Uganda?
Well, the offers were there. Some teams came to me, talked with my manager, but I wanted to find new challenges. Yes. That's why I decided to go abroad, to play in the Rwandan Premier Lge. Yes. Yeah, just challenge.
You want to challenge yourself?
Yeah.
Tell us about you playing in the Rwanda Premier Lge. How has it been? I was in Kigali and I watched the Peace Cup final between APR and AS Kigali. Yeah. Quite an interesting league there.
It's a good league. It's a good league, and there is a lot of platform. Yeah, because it has many opportunities. You can go in Europe well. Yes. But what I've seen in the Rwandan Premier Lge, in Uganda, the competition is much more than us, than ours. Yes. Yeah. But all the same, it's football.
So the level of competitiveness here is a bit higher.
Yeah, it's a bit
to the Rwanda Premier Lge.
Yeah, the competition is much higher here.
You represented Uganda at the under-17 level, but we have it on good authority that you're actually going to now play for the Rwandan national team, the Amavubi. When was that decision made?
I love Uganda because it's my mother country.
Yes.
And for Rwanda to play for Amavubi, well, my dad is from Rwanda.
Okay.
So I decided as a player and as my family, I told my dad, I want to play for this country.
Yes.
That's nothing big was there, but I just told him that I want to play for Rwanda. I've been able to train with them. Yeah, the experience is there. And well, they are good players, the likes of Medi Kagere, the captain of Amavubi. I salute you, sir. He's a great player because he can tell you what to do as a young player. Yeah, and then the likes of Rukundo, they are also part of the team, and they tell you as seniors to work hard and be disciplined.
What are your targets next season?
Next season, yeah, I will go back to Bugesera because it's my last season there. This season we have managed as Bugesera to end the league in the 8th position. Where my targets is to help the team so that it can finish in the Big Four.
All right, I need to ask you this one as well. In the Rwanda Premier League last season, we had quite a number of Ugandans playing, and you could see the performance was okay. What do you think has pushed Ugandan players to perform well in the Rwanda Premier League?
I think what has made those guys to go in the Rwandan Premier League, I think, is money.
Yes.
Yeah, they offer good money. That's why you see the likes of Emmanuel Okwi, Muzamiru Motiaba, Ochen, who was in police. Sebwato is also there. Then Mokongotia. So many Ugandans in the Rwandan Premier League.
Any last words you have for us here on Pitchside?
Thank you very much for hosting me.
Yes.
It's a great platform also, where we can interact and know much about soccer. Yeah.
Otherwise, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you too.
And I appreciate, and I need you to sign out in Kinyarwanda, looking in that camera.
Murakoze mwese abari kuri Pitchside. Omwinsi mwiza.